Welcome to day 62 of the 300 movie challenge. Today we watched the highest grossing film of July 1999, which was Runaway Bride.
Tarzan did it better. Tarzan did it so much better.
I wish we watched Tarzan the second time.
Damn.
If only we could.
Like, how did I fucking nail that? Like, I was literally just talking about that review like, oh my god, we watched all these romantic comedies and Tarzan's the one that does it better. And then look what the fuck we saw next. Good fucking Christ.
Just to nail the...
Let's just start off with saying that both the main characters are atrocious.
Yes.
Julia Roberts returns in another bad rom-com.
Yeah. The thing is, I said this earlier in the movie when we were watching it, and I retract my statement somewhat, but about halfway through the movie I said, you know what's sad? She's my favorite character. And that's not to say she's a good character. She's absolutely not. She's really bad, but like every person in this movie is bad. Like
bad
literally
or bizarre?
everybody. Just bizarre in a bad way. Nobody acts like a normal human being at all.
This is not...
I feel like Wedding Singer did this premise a bit better, and it definitely didn't. Because that also dealt with like a runaway bride in a sense, with like him being left at the altar, but they didn't continue it and make it into a gag thing or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's like they... the tiniest bit of credit I give to this movie is when they actually find she and I guess him too finally kind of stand up for her and being like, actually, yeah, all these people like mocking you isn't funny, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
the only positive thing about this, because you know, finally it's just like, yeah, goddamn, finally. But still, it's just, even then, shortly after that, it's like, oh, now they're gonna get married, and there's like fucking, you know, reporters everywhere who are all like, you know, oh, what's gonna happen? It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's not your goddamn place to be in here. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just all this shit, and it's, oh my god. Like, I've said, and again, the whole idea is like, oh, you know, I'm not sure about commitment with this person, therefore I'm going to, like, you know, run away from the marriage. No, that means you don't get fucking married.
Like, you never get married at that rate.
Did you forget that that's an option? Like, hello? Do
You
you
don't
have
always
a
have
brain
to say
thingy?
yes.
Or do you literally have no fucking self-control whatsoever that you just say yes to everything? And, like, I guess so. That's kind of a plot point with her, with the whole egg shit or something, about how she has no, like, defining traits with herself. She just wants to go with everyone else. But it's like, really? Oh my god, this frustrated me so goddamn much, because I just... And again, the main problem I had... Well, okay, not true with the main problem, but one of the big problems I have is that... And this is the problem I had with my best friend's wedding for a lot of it, was that the movie was like, look at these poor people that you have to feel sorry for. No,
and you did not feel sorry.
I don't feel sorry for someone who's a fucking stupid asshole. I don't. They're just a stupid asshole. I can't feel sorry for them. They suck. It's... Ugh. I want to have a tantrum. This movie set.
We might as well, I guess. I was just like, I am so tired of this. I was ready to check out at any moment.
Yeah, it was... Oh my god. And like... And of course you have the couple that has as much chemistry as hydrofluoric acid, which, god, and it's just... This happens in a lot of movies, and this is a particularly egregious example of it, but it happens in a lot of movies, even movies that people like, where you have two people who start the movie who hate each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then somehow
and then in like an hour, they're in love with each other.
I don't understand how that works.
It doesn't work at all. Like, even fucking, like, The Empire Strikes Back, which is often referred to as the best Star Wars movie of all time, they do that with Han and Leia, and it doesn't really work there either. Like, and that's the reason why I don't think it's the best Star Wars movie. It's still a good movie overall, but I think there's other stuff about it. Anyway, whatever. But why is that so common? That's kind of a fucked up thing if you think about it, right? That's like, oh, there's someone who, like, you hate and they hate you, but, like, you know, oh, stick with it, maybe you'll love each other. Like, what? No!
It's the whole thing of, like, opposites attract or whatever,
but they
but
don't!
I think...
God, I hate this shit. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I really have to say this because you have to have things that are actually in common with a person. You can't be the same because then it's boring, but you can't... Opposites don't fucking work. In terms of, like, physical attraction, like, ooh, they do this other thing, that's sexy. Okay, maybe, but in terms of an actual relationship that's going to work, no. If you have nothing in common, then once you get over the fact that, oh, the person's hot, you have nothing. You have nothing, and that's what this movie gives you nothing, and it pretends that while it's giving you nothing, it's giving you something important. And that's the worst thing about it. It's just fucking shit messaging with shit characters, and it's just a fucking piece of shit. So there. Sorry for interrupting you.
I have to ask if I could say my point safely now.
Yes, go ahead.
I guess the reason why it's not that I think people misunderstand when it's opposites attract, because they think that if it's opposites attract, it means that the people have to be like completely different spectrums and they have to absolutely hate each other and stuff. But I would argue, for instance, like in Tarzan, that is, you can argue that that's opposites attract because they come from two different like ideologies and places and stuff. But the point of the matter is that it's not that they hate each other and they have to fall in love with each other. It's the opposite attracting thing means that you're both come together and you get over your differences and you try to make that work. Right. I think that's more so what opposite attracts means, and I think people misconstrue that to mean that it has to be like, oh,
two people who despise each other fall in love.
It has to be like two like bulls butting against each other and everything, where I don't think that's what it is. It's you can have two people that are opposites, but the fact that they get over their differences and they try to like work with each other and stuff, I think that's more what it is. It's not to say that two completely opposite people just automatically will get along or fall in love and stuff, but I think there are cases where that is something that happens. Not that this movie portrays that. As I said, I used Tarzan as an example.
Well, the thing with Tarzan is that the whole point is they were kind of finding their similarities with each other.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Like in terms of personality and what interests them and stuff.
Two different worlds and then finding common ground.
Exactly. They are opposite in that sense, but the fact that they're trying to like find their similarities and get a common ground in something is how they get it, how that relationship works, which is, I think, what opposite attracting is supposed to mean, but not to the extreme sense, where it's like two people that are butting heads with each other all the time automatically fall in love. It's not also something where it's automatically, if two people hate each other, they automatically fall in love or anything. That also doesn't happen. There are many types of relationships, and it doesn't have to be opposites attract.
Yeah.
See, that's like the mature way of looking at it. The way, like, I guess people nowadays look at it is the kind of immature way, which is like, oh, you hate each other, so you definitely like each other. It's the weird thing that comes from just...
It's really strange when you go into, like, fandoms and everything, and people automatically ship people that hate each other. And it's just like, where do you see this chemistry?
Yeah, I see that all the time, and it's like,
I can think of so many couples.
There's a really common thing also where it's just like, for example, I always hear about like the guy like teasing the girl, and then it's like, oh, he likes you, that's why he does that.
No, that's such a bad message.
Right, here's the thing. Even if that's true, which honestly it might be, like I could honestly, especially from the guy's perspective, because they don't know how to deal with, that kind of thing, so that's what they do.
But there's like a type of teasing for that too.
Well, again, but I'm saying, so again, I, as someone who teaches high school students and who was a high school aged male, I totally get that, okay? Yeah. And I understand from the guy's perspective that yes, they would do that in that situation. that is still a terrible message to give to a female, because that's what they will then associate any sort of negative behavior with. Because as a guy, it shouldn't, if anything, from that situation, you need to talk to the guy and say, yo, if you actually like this person, don't be a douchebag about it. Yeah.
Don't be nice to her.
It's not that she needs to change for you. That's not how it works. So, it's just, there's so many gross things just with that overall message that come to play in here. And again, the characters are all fucking weird or terrible or make bad decisions or get rewarded for making bad decisions. Because again, this dumbass bitch who, like, you know, runs away from 4 weddings, she keeps getting people to like her and keeps getting people to marry her, and it's no.
The maximum cringe.
She even convinced people to marry her.
Did she ever tell them about her past?
No, they're all from the same town.
Yeah, so they all know. Right. So somehow they just think, oh, I guess I'll be the one, even though the other 3 weren't. It's like, why? She and again, the movie, because I feel like the movie thinks, oh, but, you know, we said that, you know, the character, she said that she admitted she has problems. Admitting you have problems doesn't mean that you solve the fucking problem. Like,
no.
It's just, you can't just say, I'm screwed up, and then do nothing to fix it. That doesn't solve anything. That just makes us hate you more, because then it shows that you are lucid enough to know that you fucked up, but you don't change anything to actually change your ways. You're just being a stupid asshole. It just doesn't... I hate this fucking shit so much.
I'm so over it. I don't even have anything to say.
Tarzan's better, is what I have to say.
I agree with that. I think we all agree with that.
Let's just rewatch Tarzan for, like, all the bad movies that are coming up.
I don't know. It frustrates me so much because, like, I have... Again, I will say this. I have seen... No, let me back up. More dating for when we're recording this. Season 4 of Black Mirror just came out yesterday. And Black Mirror is a very dark and depressing show. Okay. There is an episode in Season 4, which is, I would say, my second favorite episode of the whole series. And one of the reasons it's so good is because it portrays an extremely likable couple.
Aww.
They're super sweet. They seem perfect for each other. They have trouble and they have issues. They make mistakes, but you understand why they would make that mistake, and they do realize it's a mistake, and they do try to work with. There's very realistic dynamics. You want them to succeed, you know, even when stuff is against them, and all this stuff like that. And I'm like, this fucking depressing ass show wrote a really good couple that basically made the episode, although there's other good things about the episode too, and this movie, whose entire purpose is to show a relationship, completely fails.
That is pretty sad.
That's unbelievably sad. And it's just... Because the thing is, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm being too overly critical about relationships in fiction, because maybe I have this, like, idealistic version in my head of, oh, if it's not exactly like how I think it should be, then it doesn't work. I sometimes maybe think that. But then I see something like that Black Mirror episode or something else, you know, there's a couple
like
of
Tarzan.
Tarzan, yeah, and again, Tarzan, even though it's kind of joking, it's not amazing in terms of its relationship, but it's good. You like it. You want them to be together, right?
Yeah.
And so I see that, and I'm like, no, you know, I'm right. You know, fuck you. You just can't make good relationships. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, there's some validation where it's like, no, I'm not just a stick in the mud who hates everything. It's that, for some reason, writing a relationship is really hard. I guess, because a lot of people can't do it, even though, like, literally that's the entire fucking point of your goddamn movie. But, whatever. At this point, I'm just repeating myself, but I'm just saying the same shit over and over.
I mean, when you brought up the whole writing aspect, I don't understand how, like, people who seem to have been in relationships don't really know how to write them for their movies somehow.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that's true, too.
probably most of these people have been in long relationships and or are married. Right? Probably.
Yeah.
And it's like, hello? Are you
smoking?
Are these
something?
What your relationships are actually like?
Oh.
That's really sad, if that's true.
Might want to find a nice divorce lawyer.
Yeah, it's just like... Because that's the other thing as well. It's like, so many of these relationships are so bad, and it's like... Is this actually how it is? Is this actually what most relationships are like?
I don't know if it's maybe like the 50 Shades argument where it's like bored middle-aged women who are writing their fantasies or something, but I mean, I don't know.
But why is this anyone's fantasy?
I don't know.
Why is it anyone's fantasy to run away from a marriage 4 fucking times?
Wait, but wasn't it 2 dudes that wrote this?
Was it? I don't know. I can check.
How is it a dude's fantasy to have a woman run away from you 4 fucking times? This movie doesn't make any sense. Even Tin Cup at least fucking worked for Donald Trump. Who does this work for? This works for nobody. Nobody would feel like connection to this unless like they okay, no, I found the one person who would work for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the person who felt that they were in the perfect relationship that then were broken up with. Because they would have to then feel like there's a vindication, like there's a reason that they were broken up with and all this kind of shit.
I guess.
And again, it still doesn't handle that well at all. And by the way, if you feel like, you know, oh, there has to be some big reason or whatever, you have to feel vindicated, no. That's not the case. You just actually probably need some introspection both on yourself and who your partner was. But whatever. It's just so that's like the only thing I could possibly think of. And again, that's not even a really good one. It's just angry.
This is written by 2 women and produced by 4 men and directed by a man.
Okay.
I don't understand people. I thought movies were made to understand.
DeVille song again.
You what?
I want to watch the Cruella DeVille song again.
Oh my god.
Do that.
Before we watched this movie, I showed Fallon the Cruella DeVille song because he didn't remember it.
We'll just insert it at the end or something.
I don't know. I'm sad now. Why do people make this shit? Why do people think this shit is worth making? I don't get it.
I don't know either.
Ugh. And why do people watch this shit? How much money did this movie make?
You want me to check?
Yes, check, and also check what other movies came out this month, because I want to feel even more depressed.
It made 309 million.
Good Lord.
309 million.
Jesus Christ.
This was what, July?
July 99.
Yeah.
That made more than Blade Runner did. The
film...
2049 Blade Runner.
Oop. Wide release films. You just scroll all the way down to July. Okay.
Yeah.
American Pie?
Oh, well, that's a shitty comedy, but whatever.
Muppets from Space?
The
Blair Witch Project?
Oh, well.
I'm just reading, like, the ones I recognize. Eyes Wide Shut?
Oh, I heard that. I think that was a good movie. I don't remember it. Though.
Inspector Gadget?
Okay, no, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea. Oh, Runaway Bride premiered on the 30th, so it was, like, at the very end of the month.
Ugh. Well, I mean, would you rather have watched Blair Witch Project than this?
No.
I will say this, I haven't seen Blair Witch Project. From what I know, it's actually not that gory. I don't think it's gory.
Horror-y?
It's not gory?
Yeah, it's found footage horror. But I don't think it's gory.
Oh, okay, maybe that might be interesting then.
Yeah.
Then I'd be the only one not watching it.
It's one movie that I kind of have been thinking of seeing. But anyway, yeah. So this movie, fuck this movie. I hate it. Are we getting a Sora treatment?
No.
No.
No. Sorry. I knew that I was gonna get killed at the end of this episode.
You think it's not quite that bad? Is it because you were too distracted by hatching Pokemon eggs or something than actually watching the movie?
It was more so that I looked at what else was in my list and I was like, okay, these movies made me very while this movie did make me very angry in some bits and everything, at least it wasn't gory, nor was it disgusting in some manner or anything. Disgusting in the sense like guts were spilling on the floor or whatever, and that could mean that I could have it on the screen and I could not mute the volume or not have the video not showing, and it could just play in the background while I was training my Pokemon. For that reason, I looked at all the other movies in the Despise list and I was like, there's no way that I could have any of these movies play on the screen muted or with like not muted or with the video like not off and be able to train Pokemon and stuff. So for that very minuscule reason, it did not make the Spies list for me, at least. Yes, because for instance, Blade, is not a movie that I can ever. I understand that the plot and everything is definitely much better than this, but the fact that I can only verify that there were moving pictures means that I can't have it on and be able to do something else in the background.
Okay.
So that's my reasoning.
Anyway.
What even is next time?
Yeah, what is next?
It's
it's
another famous movie.
Is it The Number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what is it?
The Number.
Wait.
It has The Number. I don't want to say anything else.
That's okay.
I'm interested to see that.
I've wanted to see it, so that'll be interesting.
So that'll be something.
I don't remember what this movie was about.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting in that sense.
Yeah, so I'll be interested. Yeah, and the one after that, I don't know too much about it, but I have heard it's good. So
Pulp Fiction?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out.
Pulp Fiction, at least we didn't despise it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I just have a feeling I might not just like it based on what it's about.
We'll find out.
I don't remember what it's about. Well, I don't think I've ever heard of it. Oh.
Whatever.
It's okay.
I guess until next time.
Yes, until next time.